Hello.
So this is the O'Connell School leadership team.
This is the leadership team?
This is the leadership team. And this is the governor of the state.
Oh.
So, yeah.
And we have the commissioner of education and we have the mayor.
And the mayor. So, yes. So, you guys, you could sit over here or you could sit in the chairs.
Boys and girls, can you say good morning, please?
Good morning.
Good morning. Hey, how are you? It's good to see you.
So once you guys are ready, you can sit.
Okay. So you're going to show me stuff up here?
Yeah.
All right. Let's see, we may have
Thank you.
to. Here, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to stand right over here so I can see a good shot of you.
Good morning, everybody. Thank you so much for coming. We all really appreciate it. So, first, I just want to say thank you to Mr. Francesco and Ms. Whipple and all the staff at the Old State House, because this is their program that they run, and it's so good. So, why me? I'm a member of O'Connell's student leadership team. I'm committed to dance and my dance team, and I believe that everyone can make a difference, and I also believe that when we work together, great things happen. So my platform. Every month I want the 13th to be Kindness Day. I want 10 buddy benches in 10 different schools throughout the state of Connecticut, and I want to hear what the amazing kids of Connecticut are doing. So let's get deeper into the 13th of every month. So everybody's thinking that 13 is a bad number, so I wanted to change it, and I wanted to make the 13th of every month to be a kind day. And on the 13th, it can make everybody feel really happy and special. So one person can commit a kind act, and it can change another person's whole entire day. So I'm gonna call my friend Karen to talk about how O'Connell celebrates kindness. Good morning, everyone.
Good morning.
I'm going to talk about how O'Connell celebrates Kindness Day. So, every month on the 13th day, we celebrate kind children in each class by posting their picture on a bulletin board. And the way they do that is that the students in their class vote for them. And we are watching our Kindness is Cool bulletin boards grow by adding more and more pictures. And the leadership team reports on the number of hands for each grade level on the 13th of every month during our morning announcements. Thank you. Okay, so now I'm going to get my good friend Gary to talk about the hands that you saw outside of the walls on the outside.
Good morning, everyone.
Morning.
It's a pleasure to meet you. We have assigned color to every single grade level, and whenever a student in every class commits one of those kind acts, they get their name written on one of those hands, and if they choose to, they can write the kind act that they committed. And our goal is to fill the whole hallway with all of these kindness hands all around our school.
So now they're going to talk about this poster.
Good morning, everyone.
Good morning.
We made a kindness hand flag for Elena to put in her office at the Old State House.
It's in process, a work in progress.
Okay, so now we're going to talk about my second point on my platform, which is buddy benches. So I actually have this really cool story to tell, and so just before my inauguration, my mother, she got a phone call from her old friend from high school, and I don't know if I mentioned, the person who created the buddy bench, his name is Christian Buxo. I did not create the buddy bench, but she got a call, and the call was from Christian's mother's cousin. So that was really cool. It was like kind of meant to be kind of thing. So it was really cool to see that. So how does O'Connell support buddy benches? So I'm going to call on Annalise to talk about that.
We're hoping to create and place a buddy bench on our K-2 playground to support our kid governor, Elena. We have several ideas in motion. Probably build our own bench, Purchase a bench from a company that has supported Christian Bucks. Personalize a bench that's already been built. Stay tuned, we are very excited.
Thank you, Annalise. So now I'm going to talk about my kindness blog. My third point was to hear what the amazing kids of Connecticut are doing. So with the help of Mr. Co-Francisco and all the staff at the Old State House, I was able to build my own kindness blog. This has been an excellent way to celebrate what the kids of Connecticut are doing to be kind. And every month I post something new about how you can be kind, and I do 10 suggestions of ways you can be kind. So how does O'Connell support my kindness blog? So Ariel.
O'Connell helps Elena's kindness blog by having a chance to see her blog. Students and teachers have used the kindness blog as a way to inspire students and celebrate and spread kindness.
So with my kindness blog, I've heard from a lot of people. I've also heard from Monticello, the Thomas Jefferson Home. So O'Connell has accomplished so many amazing things, and a few of them are: we collected food to support our families in our district for the Thanksgiving and Christmas holidays, and we also collected over 250 toys to support the We Are Children toy drive. We are most proud of our Build On effort to work together to build a school in Nicaragua this summer. So far we've raised $38,350, and we're so close to our goal of $45,000. So thank you so much for celebrating the amazing accomplishments of O'Connell Elementary School. We are very proud of our accomplishments and Connecticut.
Connecticut's first kid governor.
So thank you so much for coming. And does anybody have any questions about any of the whole
No, yeah, I think it was a pretty good presentation. Well done. Yeah.
Thank you.
How are you all doing?
Good.
Good. So what did you think of this whole exercise of having a kid governor? You like it? Yeah. How come? Tell me a reason.
Because she's nice.
She is? She's actually kind? Wow. Truth in advertising. Amazing. Yes.
Because she's kind of like inspiring other kids in Connecticut to be kind to other kids.
Very good. Yes.
She's dedicated.
Is she?
She does.
Is she? She's governor every day? Okay. Yes.
She goes out of her way to make sure that everybody's feeling good.
Very nice. Good, good, good. How about now, you have this month? Is that, or this week? Is it week or month?
It's month.
It's month. So you have this thing? What do we call this thing?
His name is Bear.
Bear.
Yeah, Bear.
Okay. All right.
Vanessa, can you tell the governor what we use it for?
So every month, a class, they are to vote on a child who, made the most acts of kindness that people or kids have seen, and so they could vote on that kid, and they become the
Kindness ambassador?
yeah.
And then what do we do with the pillow and the child?
And then we take pictures and put them up on a wall.
Yeah, I walked by the wall, and the kid governor pointed it out to me. Pretty good stuff. All right. Have any questions for me? Yeah.
What do you best like about being a governor?
Well, I've been to this school twice already. That's pretty good. I like to work hard. I really like to work a lot. So it's a sort of job that makes you work hard, makes you work a lot, has a lot of interesting things to do, and each day is a little bit different. So there's a whole bunch of reasons I like it. Now you're in 5th grade,
Yeah.
right? Did you have a 4th grade class?
Yeah.
All right. Well, do you elect the officers of your class?
No.
No, you don't do that here?
No.
So I was first elected the president of my 4th grade class. And I think I've held office continuously since then. So I like playing leadership roles.
Cool.
Sure, Gary.
How did you get inspired to become the governor?
Well, it's It's a long story, so I'll try to give you a real short version, but it's still going to be a little bit long. I was born with very serious learning, what we call disabilities, and I also had a lot of physical disabilities, and I had to overcome those, and it took a long time for that to happen. So when I was in 4th and 5th grade, and 6th grade and 7th, I was not a very good student. I worked hard, but I didn't get good results. And I didn't really overcome or work through my learning differences till I actually got in college. When I went away to college, I was still listening to most of my books, unrecorded books for the blind, believe it or not, and I wasn't blind. But eventually I caught up and did very well in school. But all that time, my mother, who was very gifted, and I had some other brothers who had learning differences, so she had learned through that experience. She thought that she should concentrate on the things that I was good at, as opposed to the things that I wasn't good at. And since there were fewer things that I was good at, I got a lot of concentration. But a lot of those things were about being kind, being nice to people, liking people, and also being a leader. Even though I was not a good student, I could still be a leader. So if you think about what my mother was telling me when I was your age, it was many messages that would make me be happy in playing a leadership role and being kind to people and trying to, as my mother would say, make the world a better place. So that's what I try to do. That's a long answer and probably pretty complicated, but it really is a story of sometimes hard and tough things can make you stronger and better. Yes, Karen.
What do you do every day when you wake up?
A whole bunch of things. I was asked that in another class. I have lots of meetings. I read lots of reports. I talk to the Commissioner of Education. The mayor calls me all the time looking for something. Superintendent always wants to argue that we should send more money to East Hartford. So I have lots of meetings, lots of reports, lots of discussions with people. And then I have to meet with the people that I charge with carrying out my policy. So many of them are called commissioners, but they're directors, different titles. And I meet with them on a regular basis as well. I mean, you and I, here we are in the month of March. I mean, you've been to my office probably 8 times in that period of time. So it's busy, but I have lots of good people who work for me. Most important thing in management is to hire good people and then let them do their job. Don't try to do it for them. Yes? You too. We'll go.
What's the best part about being governor?
There's a lot. I think the best part is every day is different. Every day is exciting. Every day there's a challenge. So, but here I'll give you a lesson. Maybe you'll remember this. You're all going to live to be about 100 years old. I'm 60 years old. My life expectancy, well, the life expectancy when I became of age was about 79 years. But the advancement in medicine is probably going to mean that you're all going to make it to 90 or 100 years old. Having said that, life's too short to do something you don't enjoy. So find something that you really enjoy doing. And it may take a few tries to find it. But work that you enjoy isn't like work. Okay?
What do you do on your spare time?
Spare time? What's that? My favorite things to do when I have some time, I like the beach. I like to swim. I like to walk on the beach. So that's if I could have my favorite vacation, that's what I would do. I run and work out, so I stay healthy. That takes part of almost every day. And then the rest of it is just doing what I have to do. And as I explained to another class, being governor is a 24-hour-a-day job. You're always on call. Just like being a superintendent, he has to decide when school's not going to open because it's snowing. So we'll have to keep an eye on Monday. Let's see, you haven't had a question.
If your mom didn't in a way inspire you to become governor, do you think you would become governor?
I think that's a great question. No, I think that experiences you have shape who you are. my mother used to, she would insist that I do good things in the community. She would actually drive me to a nursing home, and she wouldn't say it just dropping me off, but the reason I was going to the nursing home was to go visit people and make their day a little bit brighter. So when that becomes how you receive enjoyment, then don't be surprised that you continue to try to do those things. You know, and just first time question.
What would you do if you weren't a governor? Like, what kind of job would you have if you weren't a governor?
Well, before I became mayor of Stamford, because I'd really been mayor for 14 years and I was out of office for a year, and then I've been governor now, and now this is my 6th year. Before I became mayor of Stamford, which is a full-time job, I practiced law. Now, every once in a while, I'll wake up, I realized I had a nightmare, I have a kind of clammy, cold sweat, and it was because I dreamed I have to go back and practice law. No, I was a lawyer, and when I'm not governor, that might be something I go back to do. You had a bunch. Let's see, Emily, you haven't had a question yet.
What challenges are you given as governor?
Good question. You have to decide how you're going to spend your money, and you have to argue with people about how we're going to spend money, and then you have to decide where the money's going to come from. I think those are the biggest challenges. But we've had some other challenges. Recently, we've had some people in our country say some not so nice things about other people's religion, or whether we should allow refugees from certain countries come into our country. And I think sometimes you have to call people when they're out of line and are doing unkind things. So someone's religion, whether you're a Christian or Jewish or Muslim or Hindu, we shouldn't use that as a basis to make judgments about people. Okay? So sometimes you have to call people on things like that. You had one, right? Or not?
Mm-hmm.
No? Okay, go ahead.
Do you ever think back and just regret being a governor?
Ever regret being governor? Mayor, how many times have you been to my office? No, not enough. That's a joke. No, I really enjoy it. I mean, you have highs and lows. There are good days and bad days, but I wouldn't say I've ever regretted being mayor or governor. You know? We've done some really good school things. We're helping out, I think, more than would have happened here in East Hartford if I hadn't been elected governor. We have seen graduation rates go up from high school every year I've been governor. We've seen a closing of what's called an achievement gap between high achievers and low achievers every year that I've been governor. You know, those are pretty good things. So good days, bad days, like everybody else. But no, I don't think I've ever regretted it. Yes.
How did you decide to become a governor?
You know, it's a good question. I mean, it partly goes to what Gary said. I mean, if you're going to do something, do it big, right? And so I had run for governor once before and lost, and then I came back and ran again, and I won by just a few votes, and then I ran another time, and I was reelected by a few more votes. But it was just a natural thing, I think, for me. You know, I don't think it's as natural for some folks, but it was just very natural for me. I served on lots of boards and commissions when I was younger. Board of Education in Stamford, Board of Finance in Stamford. I did that for a total of 12 years. And I was mayor full-time for 14 years. And I had a year that I was running for governor, and now I'm 6 years in governor, and you know, time flies. All right, one more. Yes? And then I'll go to the governor. One more from the audience, and then one from the governor.
Say if you were talking to a 5th grader student who wants to become like a governor, like what would you say to them?
What I would say to everybody, right, is learn how to like yourself, learn how to like and be kind to other people, right? Work really hard, and then study the areas that you want to be involved in. If you want to be involved in public policy, maybe when you go to college, that's what you study. There are lots of different steps you can take, but I think it all begins with you. You know, whether you're a good person, whether you can love yourself and love other people. And if you can, then you might have a calling for it. Okay? Governor?
Okay, have you met the president or Ellen?
DeGeneres?
Yeah.
I'm trying to remember. We were at a party or a reception together, but I don't think we actually had a conversation. That's Ellen. And I have not danced with her. But I have met a number of presidents. So President Barack Obama, I sat at his table for dinner a few weeks ago. My wife and I were at a reception at the White House with other governors, and we spent time. I've ridden in his car twice with him. Pretty good. I've gotten M&Ms out of that trip too. Little bags of presidential M&Ms. And then just recently, when I was at the White House, I got a little package of what are they? Hershey Kisses. But there's a special box that has his picture on it. So I've had kisses from the president. All righty, is that good enough? Well, it's very nice to be with all of you. Keep up your good work. Back to that answer that I gave you. I mean, what you're engaged in on this whole kindness campaign, it's part of what we're talking about, right? So keep it up.
I have guidance for you.
Did you make me a cookie? Thank you. And this is the second time I've been to this school. I don't know whether you know that, so it's nice to be back. Oh, look at that. Here, let's see, who's got a pen? Anyone have a pen? Can I have your autograph? What's that? You're a negotiator now, too?
Absolutely.
This is the only school where no one's, not having been, you got a piece of paper?
What are you doing, Lainey?
Where I haven't been asked if I had a dog. You're serious people here.
I'm serious.
There you go.
Thank you.
You're very welcome. Is that yours or mine? Or that's somebody else's? Who else? Oh, he works for me, I'll keep it. I'll give it back.
The Governor, Commissioner, Mayor, Brian Hart, Board of Education Chairman, Mr. Cornell, and Mrs. Rich, our superintendents. We just want to thank everybody coming out to the O'Connell community. We're proud of the O'Connell community. We're proud of our students. We appreciate you coming out to take a look at what's happening in our schools. Thank you.
Do we love our principal?
Yes.
Do we love our principal?
Yes.
All right, that's a good.
We even have T-shirts that say we love our principal. We
Oh,
have
really?
staff T-shirts that say, yep.
Oh, wow. I think we should have T-shirts that say, we should have T-shirts that say we love our governors. All right, very nice to be with you. Okay?
Thank you.
What do we do now?
Thank you, everyone.
Great job.
Make one request. I'm getting a picture of the governor with all 6 of you. A quick picture.
Where would you like us to stand?
I'm gonna turn that way. Come on. Yes? Sure. Good, how you doing? Good to see you.
It was so quiet. It took so much longer.
Wait, somebody else. Come on. Go to the board.
My family's been excited about it. My 5th grade son was very excited about it.
Thumbs down. Thumbs down.
All right, then why don't you all stand up? Stand up. Turn around. Come on. Come on, turn around. You're a little bit shorter. Very tall. Carrie, move up a little bit. And here's the trick. If you can see the lens, it can see you. Just think about it, all right?
Wait, which camera?
And then I'll give you a piece of political advice. I'll give you some political advice in a minute.
Somewhere in there is Elena Tipton.
All right, there you go.
That's it. Elena, excellent. Good job, my friend.
All right, so you want the piece of political advice? You ready?
Yeah.
So, when you're going to have your picture taken, somebody stand there, one of you stay there. When you're going to have your picture taken, if you want to have your best picture taken, and you don't want to be mistaken and have your eyes closed when you're going to have the picture taken, hold your breath. Now everyone turn around. And you have to do it with a smile. All right? Now everybody, 1, 2, 3, hold your breath and smile. There you go.
It works.
Are you still
All right, there you go.
I do that all the time.
No pictures of me with no eyes closed.
So, how's it? How's being governor for today?
It's really fun. I like it a lot. It's like I get to do a whole bunch of different opportunities that I never thought I would have. So yeah, it's really fun.
Did you learn anything new today that you didn't expect?
Yeah, I learned how to smile, how to take a picture and not blink.
That's important for a politician, don't you think?
Yeah.
What other advice did the governor give to you today?
He said just to learn to like yourself, and he said to just like always like yourself and just go for it.
Do you think you're going to continue in politics?
Yeah.
You do?
And be president. Watch out, Hillary Clinton. No.
What's the best part about living in Connecticut?
Because everybody's just so nice, and there's a lot of cultures that you could just learn about, and it's a really it's really nice and open, and it's really welcoming.
Elena, was this the first time you met the governor?
Yeah.
What did you think of meeting him?
I was really excited, and I'm still really excited.
What did you, of all the things that you said today about his life experiences, which one did you think about?
I thought about how when he was younger he had some learning disabilities, and I thought how it must have been hard for him to overcome those disabilities.
So what does that tell you? For someone who has disabilities?
It tells you to just keep going because you could do great things.
And with... Oh, okay. I'm good.
Thank you very much.
Thank you very much.
You're welcome.
So what do you want to know?
So, I don't know, talk about your experience today.
Well, this is I think it's a great program. The kid governor was at the Capitol on a day that I was not in the building, so I owed it to her to come over and see her in her own setting, her own empire. And it's a nice day. It's a nice day to meet some wonderful students, visit the school again, and East Hartford is doing some amazing things on education. They have a great superintendent, great principal here at the school, so it was fun.
We asked her what advice that you had given her. What advice did she give you?
She said, "Be kind." Not surprisingly, since that was her platform to be elected governor. And she's a wonderful young lady, great poise, great smile. Just it was fun, But we talked about the significance of kindness, and then I answered a whole bunch of questions for the students. Anybody else? You want to
real quick.
Yeah.
Yale, UConn, we just through the first round.
Yeah, it's I think two very different games. UConn started a little sloppy and had to overcome some early difficulties, and when they got through it, boy, they really came on, and some great shooting, one spectacular blocked shot that was unbelievable. So it was just a real good, solid game from the second half on. The Yale game, very different kind of game. They're clearly happy, and I think it's the first time since '62, and I think it's the first time they've won a first game. So it's pretty good stuff.
So from a small state, making such a national appearance, you got to be proud.
Well, I am proud, but we also have we've got a great hockey power, a couple of good hockey powers in the state as well. But Quinnipiac seems to be on a tear again this year, and could be looking at a Final Four appearance. And of course, they're playing my alma mater, so we got to be careful about that, Boston College.
What was your best advice you gave to
You know, I think, the best advice I gave, I think, was to a young lady. She said, if I want to be in politics, what do I need to do? And I give her the answer I give to everybody, is like yourself and like other people. Be kind to other people. If your true mission is to be good to other folks, it has to start with your ability to like yourself, and then expand beyond that. And that's my best advice. Now, if they're going away to college, the advice I would have given them is to get up and go to breakfast.
And what kind of advice would you give her to dealing with people that disagree with her?
Well, I mean, I think you have to talk to people you disagree with, but I also said that sometimes you have to stand up to people. I gave them the example today of some of our politicians in America right now are saying exactly the wrong things about religious freedom or freedom of speech, or would deny people access to our country based on who they are or what their religion is or where they come from. I think you have to stand up and call that out when you see it as a very bad mistake and something that America is not about. Okay, great.